Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the post market analysis of Nifty. I hope you had a wonderful session. Doing nothing in the market, I must say, because it was such a sideways market that not many could have actually earned something, right? Only a very shrewd and seasoned trader must have earned something, but that too only by selling options, right? That is also contributed by India VIX. There is a phenomenal drop in the India VIX that is about 12.5%. That's a very big number considering intraday, and for an option seller it is definitely a biggest number. Right, so let's quickly think about what we have discussed yesterday, and let's plan it for the next day. Right. So yesterday we carried a very bullish view, but I certainly asked you not just to jump into a trade just because I told you something, and I also informed you that now that it is a very fresh month, these major market players have a lot of time frame left to play their game, right? So in case if we notice that there is a significant number of longs added, uh, it is not necessarily that they will book their longs immediately or take the market higher immediately in the next 1 or 2 days. They might as well take 3 or 4 5 days also. But yeah, but most of the time it will be reflecting in second or third day maximum. By this I just wanted to tell you that don't jump into trades just because I'm telling you. All right, so I hope you are liking this content that I'm posting every day in this channel. I sincerely request you all to please subscribe this channel right away and share it with your traders fraternity. And I'm sure each one of those who are invited to this channel will certainly love to spend time in this channel. And lastly, I want to tell you that I request you all to watch the videos completely so that we are not here for just doing some time pass, right? I'm sure none of the channels that are there widely spread on YouTube is doing the analysis the way that we are doing. I hope you all are agreeing with me on this. Okay, so let's quickly look at the data now. Bhavcopy says this many number of contracts, that is 5,25,825 contracts are added in this month. And there is an addition of 1/5 of the contracts of what has been added today on the next month's contract, that is 1 lakh contracts. So that is also a very decent number if you ask me. The price did not go anywhere. I mean, there is not much of movement in Nifty, but these many contracts have added. What does this indicate? So there is not much of inferences here. So let's quickly look at the intraday activity by the major market participants. So this also says, I mean, this is the sum of the long contracts on the index, and these are the short contracts on the index by these market players. And if we do a math, we get to understand that long contracts are more than the short contracts on the intraday perspective. So although price did not go anywhere, we just traded absolute range bound market. There have been a lot of longs by these market players. This is interesting. Yeah. So let's also look at the OI data so that we can try to infer something out of it. And here we are. DIS, I'm sure they are still betting on short side. But yeah, I don't think it is exactly the time for us to discuss about any short sides at the moment. Because these short term players, he's the Don. So yeah, they have a lot of long contracts. I mean, a massive number of long contracts as compared to their shorts. So this is like a two-sided sword, as in this is good and this is also bad in one way. I will discuss about this in the end while we talk about the trade plan for next trading session. So here we get to understand that on the cumulative numbers that The long contracts are dominating by 36,268 contracts, more than the short contracts of all these major market players summed up. So that's a bullish view that we can really talk about, in case if I had to conclude just by looking at this number. But what else could be the other probabilities? If you ask me, what happened back in the month of March? We were almost trading at all-time highs, and the VIX was phenomenally coming down. I'm sure most of you must have noticed, or if you have not really noticed, I want you all to mark India VIX in your first watch list. You have to always be cautious with this India VIX. So, what is India VIX? We will do a separate video in this week to understand quickly on what is India VIX and how does it affect traders like us who trades indexes especially, right? Okay, so please add VIX in your watch list and keep a track on how it is performing on a intraday level and on a long term as well, to understand any turning points in the market. So we are talking about VIX majorly to understand whether this bullish market will continue ahead or not, right? So the trade plan for tomorrow or the next trading session is very complicated, if I had to say, because my tool also indicated that uh, there have been sideways market. I mean, it is very evident from this tool. So it's been a sideways market, but end of the day, if we see VIX that is falling down 12% or over 12%, it indicates that there is not much of buying happening, but instead they are just selling it and selling it. That is why we got to see a good sideways market here. So the trade plan for tomorrow is very skeptical, as already said. I have two plans already in mind. One is, now that they have sold so many calls and puts. I mean, whatever number of calls or puts have been written are not really exited much. So they still have short positions on both the sides. So I think they should do a sideways at some point of time tomorrow so that they can book, and then we can think about a fresh view. Right? It could be positive or bullish or bearish. That we have to conclude tomorrow itself. But on a long term, I mean, for us, the long term is 1 week to 10 days maximum. Short term is 1 day to 3 days, right? So on a long term, that is counting from here, a long term trend is definitely bullish at the moment. I mean, there is no negative cues existing as such in the market. So for us, the long term is bullish, but yeah, we have to take a call based on tomorrow's activity. So the other possibility is, in case if I am wrong, and if this number says the buying happening instead of selling, the market will definitely show you two side movement, right? So this you have to figure it out on that particular day when you are trading, and make a very wise decision there. Right? I hope you understood my inputs here. First, we are talking about VIX. Two, we are talking about sideways market. That directly means selling happening in both the calls and puts instead of buying. Right. So stay cautious and take very planned trades on the next trading session. I hope you are liking the content. I request you all to please subscribe and refer your friends to this channel and help me grow the number of subscribers and views. Thank you so much for watching my video. Have a great weekend ahead. Bye bye.